Hello and welcome to Defense on Ceres, session 78. Last time, Domino scouted for nodes within Hollow Ceres, or the planet of Gribnoi. It's better known. And, he actually finds one. And, however, it wasn't unoccupied. There were 5 homorogenses and one slug-like creature. Domino tried to fuck with them by using some mind forces effect to make it appear as if one of their own was hurt nearby. However, that just caused them to flee. At which point Domino decided the best course of action was to shoot one of the homorogenses. I didn't manage to take it out, but it did prompt the slug creature to scream with 1,000 mouths, which then meant that more or less everyone in the ship went kinda mad, and the one that botched, the progenitor, and Domino's ship became a gibbering mess. Thankfully for Domino, someone can fix. Someone on the ship can actually fix those people. So won't be a problem long term. But yeah, still a huge
Also,
mess, and
Redondo.
the enemy escaped. Yes.
But then don't we do they still survive considering that they can't actually soak ag whatsoever?
What do you mean?
The one that I shot still pretty fucked, right?
Yes. I mean, it won't be able to heal,
Good.
but it will still try to do its damnedest to escape, even if it's like badly hurt. And has reduced speed. Like enough time would have passed for it to get away.
Fair enough.
And floating blood price is still not a thing, because I do think like a laser shot would cauterize the wound pretty good. Which is both good and bad,
Yeah.
but yeah. You know what you need to do next time? You need to shoot them with an actual projectile.
No, I need to aim for the head clearly.
I mean,
But
that
no,
would.
next time I plan to actually project there and just directly just directly put the fucking the slug in like a stasis ball.
Mm, sensible.
Yes.
Okay, and Bacon, probably much to his dismay, discovered that the vampire he has was not actually a vampire, but something
So
else.
sad.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should try it with humans.
I mean, I don't have any humans. I don't want to kill one of my friends to turn him into a vampire.
Or do you? I mean, you should just try to learn to manipulate the curse. Then you can embrace a creature other than a human. Could try to do some research in that regard. But yeah, anyways, once Bacon found out that it's not an actual vampire, he put it down. First he tried it via sunlight, which didn't work, and so instead he decided to burn it. And it
No,
burned.
wait. The sunlight worked, right?
No, it didn't. You had to burn it manually.
Okay. Let me check the notes. I thought it worked, but my memory is a bit shit. I'm drinking right now.
That's fair. No, anyways, also don't forget that there were some beautiful black flames.
Yep. Uh, uh, didn't work yet. That's true. So it's either Gribnoi that doesn't work, or these things are immune to sunlight. Well, there's only one way to test. I just need to create one and drop on Earth, right?
Yeah, I mean, there is sunlight on Ceres, which you could try out.
True. I mean, but that wouldn't say anything. Because if it doesn't work on Ceres, I still don't know if it only works on Earth.
Actually,
So I
there's
just go
there's an
go
easy way.
directly to Earth.
There's an easy way for you to know. You just take like some vampire blood and see if it burns in the sun.
Wait, that works?
Yeah.
Huh. Fuck. Yeah, that would make it simpler. God, I'm stupid.
Yeah, I can also like do this in the crypt now, but yeah. Okay, then Ella did his PR stunt successfully. You see where went off like a good start. Then he almost fucked up the middle part. But then he like redeemed it at the end. Overall, like there's a nice story to be spun out of this. Although the PR person was not really that good at spinning it. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. But yeah, alright. I was talked to the progenitor, whose students sealed the deal, actual bacon for a kidney with one of his underlings. Well, the progenitor was quite upset, and well, Ems now has him as a potential contact, and he will get a shipment of real bacon, because it turned out that the bacon that they gave him was not actual bacon at all. It was some weird alien creature, totally not stolen out of the trash bin of the lab. But yeah, well, then Ems tested out this ship that he recently modified, and worked well. But he also went out of his way to to find some stuff, and he found some EDE signatures that were weirdly pulsating, unlike other normal EDEs. What could that be? But yeah, other than that,
I'm going to send that information to our head of security.
goddamn. But no more work for Domino, I guess. Alright. No, it's I believe I said we were gonna take over tonight, so it's like a new day for everyone. So I guess we're gonna do crossovers first, and then move on to others. So has anyone any plans to interact with someone else? I take yes or no. And I guess now Nick, what are your plans for today?
I'm gonna go out on the excuse of trying to find some nodes so I can try to find whoever is hacking my base. Hey, because I got that whole spy gear up, so
So
try to
hold on.
save.
What are you exactly looking for? I didn't catch that.
Okay. So I want to get out of the base. I'm gonna use the excuse to using the excuse that I'm looking for nodes or something, so I can try to track whoever is hacking my base. Remember that we got that one strange signal that I found.
Okay. Well, give me like some give me like some manipulation subterfuge. I just had a 6 to see like how well that goes.
I actually have a dot in subterfuge,
God bless.
but I'm still gonna spend willpower.
Yeah, the worst could happen. 4 successes. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, you tell your story, and well, Nima even steps forward and says, that the initiative is very much encouraged by the guidelines of the technocracy, and she wishes you good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Go up to the moon hopper. I believe I actually have to fix it too.
Oh yeah, no, you do. Fuck, I forgot to note that down, which one it was, but I believe I can.
I think it was a minor because I
Yeah,
remember it was gonna be like difficulty 4.
yeah. Oh well, also like routine repairs or some bullshit. Let's see, Moonhopper. Right, that photo is much smaller nowadays. Much better. Yeah, simple repairs, I think. Yeah, simple repairs, difficulty 4, 3 successes. I guess you can just roll for it.
I believe my merit applies, so that's difficulty 3.
Yeah.
What's the roll?
Um. Oh, you have to get craft things, so you can just roll me like either
Intelligence craft?
either dexterity or intelligence crafts. Yeah.
Well, if I use intelligence, I get 15 dice.
Monster.
Ah, that fixed her nice and good.
What the fuck? Does anyone else have the problem that the Roll20 chat constantly pops out of its thing and like and opens up in a separate window?
No?
I think you just don't double click.
Yeah.
I don't double click though.
No, you are double clicking. That's how it works. Probably your mouse is fucked.
Let's hope not. But yeah, okay. That looks, yeah, like enough successes. And, Rob Muratsu is fit again. And, well, you can do your thing.
So this is gonna be a computer roll, I guess?
Well,
Right.
how exactly do you want to go about this, actually?
I do kind of want to go looking for some notes, so maybe do like a 50-50 effort.
Okay, sure. And how much free time do you want to spend?
I don't know, like 8 hours or whatever it is.
Okay, so you
Like I said, I
spent,
kind of want to make it like a 50-50 effort, so
so
I'm willing
so
to put
essentially you spent
time.
like your entire day on like both activities, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfectly acceptable. Just needed to know. Because I will adjust the result based on it. I guess we're gonna start with the easy part of looking for the note. Let's see, you should have correspondence, right? Yeah, I would say it's correspondence 2 and prime 1 effect.
Joyful.
And, well,
Could entropy maybe help me out find a node? Get me some good luck?
I think you can like change your luck somehow, but that would be like a separate effect.
Okay. Also, I think that's maybe like 3 or so. I don't know.
Hmm.
Okay, so you said irritate. I'm not irritate. Level 2 effect.
Yep. And if you're expanding the thing, I should probably do like should probably do as a ritual.
Yeah. Still just really
You
good
can do
luck.
up to like
That's cool.
4. You can do up to 4 rolls in total. Before, well, you have to search out the other activity.
I probably can do this all in 4 rolls. Okay. So, do it as a ritual.
You know.
Guess I'm gonna use all the scanning stuff and on the moon hopper, so maybe something with technology.
Yep, you can do that. Just some intelligence technology to like go over all the data, analyze the readings properly, fine tune your
Difficulty?
instruments. Difficulty would be 5 base.
None of my merit supply?
Which ones? The
I'm asking you.
I think Hands of
if there's
Daedalus
any.
doesn't. Actually, mechanical aptitude might not apply either, because of mechanical. Although, wait. What's the affinity sphere again?
Correspondence?
That might apply then. Let's see. Very good.
I think hands has something about that.
Yeah. Blah blah blah.
Let's say tech-based magical instrument.
Yeah.
Does the moon hopper count as a personalized instrument of mine?
Yeah. Honestly, with the amount of work you put on, certainly does.
Ah.
So yeah. Although we're not gonna like do like the full difficulty reduction because I didn't grant it to the others as well. So only like a -1, which still is like a difficulty 4.
Okay, so the technology roll is difficulty 4.
Yeah, I'd say so. What a surprise. Well, I guess minimum difficulty for you. Alright, seems good. Oh, yeah. Skip.
And that's my stamina.
Yep. Let's see. It's 8, so 10. Do you want to keep rolling or?
Yeah, I'm gonna push through.
Okay, well, you can't exactly push through. You need to like roll your wits technology at I think at a richer difficulty. So 4 again, I think.
No, it was base difficulty 5. It still applies, so yeah.
Oh, I mean, like, yeah. Because the thing still applies. Bro. What a surprise. Yeah, now you can just keep rolling.
And that's 4.
Jesus. Wait, why 4?
I thought I only got 4 rolls.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yes, that's supplement like 4 successes.
Yeah.
But no. Let's see. Actually, what's your data specialty?
8, 10, 12, fabrication.
Yeah, no,
I don't think that. I don't think so.
that doesn't quite apply. But yeah, I want that's still like 12 successes, so that's completely fine. Let's see. Well, at 6, it theoretically max out on the correspondence chart. But yeah, while you spent your time looking, well, you would of course see like all the notes. But let me check something. How to best do this? How to best do this? Yeah, probably would show up. Okay, well, you notice that one of the caves you were before in has some slight ping. It doesn't register quite as a node, but it does certainly register as something. something using primal energy. This was, by the way, the cave where you found some. I think it was footprints you found.
I don't quite remember. I know that there was one where we found that whole alternate dimension.
Well, no, that was the southern one.
Yeah, I forget what was in that one. I never did investigate that cave.
Well, no, you didn't.
No.
And well, you also get a ping up here. I probably should mark it with something. It's once again not quite. No, not quite a node. Let's see. Legend. Let's see. We can just pull this one here. God bless. Okay. What do we call this? Yeah, energy reading.
Okay.
And well, I think there's another one. Yeah. Okay, and then you get another ping from here. Once again, it's not quite a ping. Not quite a node, but it's certainly something indicating primal energy. But alas, nothing that quite says node on this search. But you know, eliminating all nodes all you know about already. You do, you know, spending all that time still revealed something on your search.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and well, I just realized I did ever reveal what's on the Faker node. Or rather, did I ever make it? I think I did, yeah. And I even revealed it. So I should just change the symbol over. Can I present character? What if I changed it to node? Okay, if I change it to this, does it also change the picture? No, of course not. It doesn't. Fucking hell. It changed the name, but not in. It's fucking autistic. But yeah, that's the result of your effort. And then my browser closed. What the actual fuck?
Rip.
Did it crash? No, it didn't. I didn't get a crash screen. Strange things are happening today.
Your computer is cursed.
Yeah, I believe so too. Okay, let's.
Did you find any gypsies recently?
Well, we have. I have not talked to our silver gypsies, so I don't think so.
Oh, that's weird. That really looks like a gypsy curse.
Yeah.
Just take some copper and leave outside your window so the gypsies will stop cursing you.
God bless. Okay, and what's the proper name of this thing? I might have misspelled this. So it's Feyoko. My bad. I hear someone on the phone.
Yeah, it's weed jerg.
No, don't push to talk.
No.
No,
Oh,
evidently not. Oops, so that means I also need to change the names of this. Fuck. Well, no, I will do that in between sessions. Or never. One of those.
Definitely never.
Definitely never. I agree. And well, for us looking for your intruder, I guess. What's your plan for that?
yes. Just trying to see if he tries hacking in base while I'm out. Because right now I still don't have many leads on him.
Okay, so you just not like watch active traffic essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, I think there's like a road for this one. Give me a sec.
Good. I was gonna ask if I could maybe use a magic effect to help out.
It's like a really quick thing, where essentially like monitor the entire thing without too much of a hassle. However, like it was really autistic. Hacking, reverse hacking. Blah blah blah. Cryptanalysis, no, it wasn't that. Social engineering. Oh no, it won't work. It won't work because I believe technical systems would be hardened against that. And yeah, I couldn't like probably do it yourself. But alas, you have data. I believe a simple data 2 effect mixed with some maybe mine 2 should work as well. If you wish to use that.
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I have him.
Perfect. Very good. And then I guess to make it simple, you can just use that to reduce the difficulty of this. And how deep of a layer you want to look at?
How deep can I go in 4 hours?
Well,
Like,
all the way. Like there's essentially like three layers of security that the book presents me. One is like obvious data. The next one is hidden data. And the other one is classified data. So that's what we're using as a sort of difficulty tier.
okay.
The highest one will take like 3+ hours, so which means like essentially most of your remaining time will go on it, and difficulty will be 8. But if you're successful, you should see everything.
Would I get in trouble if like Bendy tried to spot me doing this?
Oh well. Well, you have enough computers and you have worked with the system, so again, I'm going to give this word free. Bendy's not exactly in charge of the security of, your base.
Oh,
He
but you
essentially-
know what I mean. Like, in case like anyone were to find out I went off and did this, I won't get
Well,
in trouble, right?
You could theoretically get in trouble-ish, but then again, you're essentially just monitoring activity, and if you like limit it to your own shit, then well, you shouldn't get in trouble essentially.
Okay, I will limit it to only my base.
Well, of course, you have to stay out after your underlings personal messages, but such general system access and stuff like that, you know, or and like your personal stuff would be okay, no problem.
Okay. So I'm assuming intelligence computers, you said?
No, I didn't say, but yes.
Oh, at least I would assume that.
Basically will be
Hmm.
it, and well, you can go and well, you actually
Uh,
you actually you
hand-
actually roll like your magic first, your okay, for level 2 effect, and then you reduce the difficulty for that one.
so the Arete will be at difficulty 5. Right?
Yeah, at difficulty 5.
Is 2 enough?
Whoop. Oh yeah, it's of course enough. And now you can reduce the difficulty by 2.
Okay, so that's difficulty 6. So do any of my merits apply?
Oh well, computer aptitude for sure. So I guess
And-
you're gonna go to minimum difficulty again, which in this case would be a 5.
Okay, intelligence computers.
Yep.
I get multiple rolls of this, right?
Well, let's see. No, you actually don't, because it's like one of those long-term things where you spend like an extraordinary amount of time on something.
Okay.
Do you have any
Yeah,
specialties?
okay. Creative.
No.
Damn.
But yeah, it's something. And, well, while looking, most of your, general access comes back, completely clear. As you, monitor the activities. Not really much in terms of, much in terms of activity, generally speaking. There's, of course, some activity which presumes is Nima going over the general system, controlling to, fine-tune some of the mining droids operations, and of course the supervising AIs sending out some commands, but generally speaking, not much. But then you look at your own stuff, and while you don't detect your your intruder, you do notice some some traces. It seems like someone left a gift there, and not someone coming from the inside, but someone doing something to come from the inside. It's not in your personal systems directly, but there's something sending data there, slowly, over time. And
Is there?
it seems like
is it
it's
all?
Yeah?
Sorry, is it all my data it's sending out, or is it just some of it?
well, but you're not entirely sure, but it's sending like very little data out, like so little it's almost undetectable. But it's essentially taking your part of your data and cutting it up and sending it out. And as far as you can tell, it would eventually send out everything given enough time.
Okay. I'm gonna take note of that. I'm gonna have to deal with that. I'm sure I can come up with something nasty.
No.
Do we get any rules on writing computer viruses?
There is rules for something. There's a... Let's see, we have cracking software and security software. So I guess we'll probably do something in that regard. because I don't want to come up with like, a entire new system. I probably count it as like some. It is in terms of difficulty. I would probably count it as like writing cracking software. Like the time frames seem sort of reasonable as well. But yeah, well, would you like to try to figure out where it's coming from? Or where it's rather sending to?
I'm gonna probably do that with the virus. So I'm not. I'll probably do it. Yeah, I will try to find out actually where it's sending stuff to right now. Actually,
Okay,
but
well.
change my mind.
Given that you have all the directions, let's see. Give me a correspondence to effect roll. You can do it however you would like.
So difficulty 5 again.
Yep. Let's see. Casting magic. No, it's not casting magic. It's common magic references. How many successes did you get?
3.
3.
And I'm assuming that's going to be followed up with an intelligence computer roll.
It actually isn't this time.
Ooh. Wits?
No. However, I will allow you to roll again if you spend. Well, let's just say this. If you want to spend a more time out here, I will allow you to roll again. Essentially, you managed like almost track it down, but it's still like only a certain area.
Okay. So I get another airtime roll?
Yeah, but you will come back later than expected.
Okay. That's fine.
Oh, nice. And yeah, with this much, spending like more time on it, drinking, taking a sip of some well, whatever passes for coffee, and avoid engineers. It's not really coffee. It's more like a tasteless energy drink. But yeah, you managed to.
Wait. I got a question on that.
Yes.
Would coffee affect my easily intoxicated? It's a stimulant.
I don't think it would. At least not in this case, because it's essentially, it's like a safe-ish version. It tastes bad and stuff like that, but it's like purely made for function. So unless you're,
Damn.
drinking it like a madman, you should be fine. Unless you're drinking it like a madman, then by all means, go ahead.
I am not going to do that yet.
I mean, I guess in the long run, it is actually positive for you because you save up some other stuff. But yeah, you managed to find a thing. Like you locate a smaller crater somewhere.
Near the cave.
It's more down here.
Ah.
Okay, should be the final position. Okay, let's just got it.
We just should level that entire squid square.
Sensible.
Nothing good comes from out of there.
Indeed. Okay. Right, well. What's what are your thoughts on that? Other than leveling it.
I mean, my thoughts? Whose thoughts?
Your thoughts. In character.
Ah. I'm. I knew it. I knew it was him. But I'm blaming Dick for this.
Sensible. Could you meet up in
This is just more. This is just more evidence that he's out to get me. Fly back to Alani.
Okay, you fly back to Alani. I assume you're gonna want to purge the the sender, or you want to keep it running?
I want to keep it running for now. I want to send out a virus if I can maybe fuck over whoever's on the other end of this.
Okay. Well, if you want to do it, do that. Sure, it's fine. And well, Nima will probably ask you if you found anything. You know, he says on your notes should be reported back right away, as they have a potential
Sad.
EDE activity, and of course a valuable resource to be claimed.
Yes. Fortunately, I didn't find any. Just a lot of strange readings. I'm gonna have to follow up on those later.
Well, actually, she asks you to give her some of those. She's she wonders if she can see anything in it.
Okay, I'll give her the two that I discovered.
Oh, you're not giving her the cave?
Oh yeah, because it was. I give her the cave one.
Okay, so well,
The cave one won't cover the receiver, right?
No,
I'm not gonna tell her about
it
that
won't.
yet.
It
Okay.
won't. So let's check Nima's sheet. Yeah. Yeah, she's not good enough to go right to figure it out from a distance, but she is. She is good at technology. So let's go and have a roll real quick for the to interpret it. Although she doesn't have a better chance than you. Probably anyways. Ah, fuck.
Pathetic.
Yep. Okay, and well, you know, at least next day you will discover that Nima tells you that she couldn't find anything unusual either. She tried to run it through her computer a few times to see if she could see what those signals would actually indicate, but strangely enough she couldn't.
Hmm.
But she did confirm your readings.
That's very good of her. I do like her concern.
Oh well. I guess after spending this much time, if your day would probably be mostly over, unless well, actually, would you have given would you try to be there when Nima goes into the tank for the first time?
Yeah. We can go together if it's right now, because
I mean,
it's in our day over.
I mean
We
the tank.
really should get to float in after the work day's over.
I mean, she won't be fitting in.
Very relaxing.
You won't fit in both, unless well, he essentially form a sandwich, but you can wanna go after one another.
Come on, John isn't that easy. We can take turns, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, and well, let's is okay. You can roll a luck die how well she actually likes it. Don't roll a 1.
Is it a luck? Just a luck die?
Yeah, just a luck die. Unless you want to like brainwash her or something, think it's better. Okay.
No, brainwashing's bad. I'm
Hmm.
not gonna do that to her. Yet.
Oh my god. And yeah, she probably goes in before you, and it comes out and and she says, it was some experience. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm gonna do this again.
Oh, you just think about maybe do some other things to get yourself out and about. Your mental health is very important.
I appreciate your concern, but as I said, I should be fine.
Okay. Well, if you ever need to, talk, you know who to come to.
Of course. And then he says, good night. It certainly was an interesting experience, and then closes the door.
She enjoyed it. I don't know.
yeah, sure.
I will make her enjoy it.
I don't think she's gonna go back for this.
Enjoyment is not optional.
Oh my god, mandatory float sessions.
I'm a boss. I can do that, right?
You could, but actually, no. Your character's pretty autistic. He might not.
The medically necessary float sessions.
She goes in the pod, or she gets the conditioning again.
As the chief psychologist on Ceres, I will make her come again for this.
Oh my god. Okay, good luck with that.
I am in charge of the psychology department just because I got psychology dots. Isn't that how it works?
Clearly that's how it works. Actually, if you want to, you could spend some downtime on acquiring at least like some recognition from the union. Of course, not a full doctorate, because the time would not be enough for this, and would be quite frankly beyond the scope of the game. But you could certainly prove your expertise enough for someone to give you like a certificate or something.
I'm sure I'm already a doctor.
Well, how many dots do you have anyways?
In academics?
No,
4.
psychology.
Oh, 3.
Oh, well, that's actually not that bad.
With my 10 intelligence, it's pretty hard to disagree with me.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, those 10 intelligence are hooked up to not that many social dots.
Don't need social dots. I'm big brain.
Sure, that's what I would say. Okay, but yeah, it's time to roll over to the next person, I suppose. Let's see. Goddammit, Bacon, why you like this?
You okay?
No, like, look what the dog post in Tabletop Public.
I'm just doxing him.
Okay, let's see. Let's go with which one should I actually let's see what the notes say. Well, they don't say anything I should think about anyone being preference, so we're gonna just roll. Okay, it's Ems. What would you be up to on this wonderful day?
Is he here?
He was earlier.
I mean, he's not even muted. Amps.
Just say T, T, T. He's supposed to show up just like the French when you say baguette, baguette, baguette.
No, he's spiritually a Jew. So gold, gold, gold.
That's true.
Nope.
Golden T,
He's not
golden
here.
T, golden T. No, he's not here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's dead. Well, I guess we move on to the next person in the row, which is Bacon.
All right. Is that a new day or whatever?
Yeah, this is a new day. I said last time that you should recover willpower.
No, my willpower is always full. So do I just wake up and look my email and oh look, my mind control adjustment biochip is ready. I can start testing stuff.
Well, you actually not only wake up to that, you actually wake up wake up with a message that something arrived in you is now in your cargo bay and arrived overnight.
Nice, it's actually arrived, a ready one. I don't need to build it myself. So yeah, I'm just going to like a young child in Christmas morning. I would just go out to the cargo to see what Father Christmas sent me.
And well, you enter the cargo hold. It's as always, a bit cold in here, and you can almost you almost think that the cosmic rays are going through the poor shielding, which of course is purely your imagination. And you see it, nice cargo crate, bit small, but completely sealed. And as you open it, you see the contents. Most of it is just, some filler material. But right in the middle of it, you see...
No, wait, important question. What is the filler material? Is it bubble wrap?
I'm afraid I said those... I don't know what the proper English term it is, but I think there's no styrofoam material. You know, those small, like squishy things.
The ones that look like Cheetos.
Yeah, exactly those.
Oh, yeah. That's a fun prank for, what's the name of the degenerate?
Which one?
On Space.
Which one?
Maxwell.
Maxwell.
Maxwell. I said a prank, so just Maxwell just takes some of those, paint it yellowish, and put some like MSG salt and things to make it smell, and just start offering to the fat guy.
It's beautiful. Yeah, no, that's legit. Just need to get it over there.
Yeah, actually, I will do that later. I will keep it with myself. Just let me note down on my equipment. A bunch of styrofoam sheet. Those stuff. All right, and I look inside.
And yeah, there's right in the middle of it a nice small little chip. And together with well, some data storage. Seems like
Cool.
it's all there. It's like it's
Right,
all,
does it come with a user manual or is it on the email?
well, the email doesn't tell you, but you would know that the Union is, all modern, so they would probably store like a manual on the data storage rather than print it out.
Okay. So yeah, I just go inside, put on the data storage on my computer, and just grab some of the mushroom material I have for the already pre-made template of mushrooms and set it to grow in the now empty cage.
All right, you can do that.
I think I have some like dead Nordics for biomatter, so I just throw another body in there for it to grow.
Okay. Just a fair warning. It will probably convert everything, and essentially what comes out of it is like how much comes out of it is dependent on like how much you throw in there. So since like human sized, since you like changed it, if you like throw one body and like one roughly human sized thing comes out, although there will be some left over because the Nordics are a little bit bigger and bulkier.
Answer. Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean, yeah, that's expected. What's left over, I would just put in that pot and just what's the name of those fancy plastic things? Put on a just plastic box and I put on the fridge
Tupperware.
yeah, Tupperware those. Put in a Tupperware, put on the fridge. So next one, I just give the scraps first.
Okay, fair. Yeah, it starts, I guess, growing pretty soon. Not that you can see it immediately.
Yeah, it takes some days, so I don't have time 3 yet, so it will take some time. For now, yeah, just connect the thing in and start reading the user manual.
Okay. And I guess I should bring that thing up myself. But essentially, it just requires you to, implant it as if it were like a normal cybernetic. It does come also with, you have like the software and like the building plans for the chip and, the software to install on it. But not, no, there's no way to like mass produce it what you currently have. You probably like, make some if you were better at like tech.
It doesn't come like with instructions on the production, right? Although it's not mass produced.
Yeah, it comes with instruction how to produce it. It's just
Okay, I will just. Which base has a better production facility? Rongo with EMS, I think, like how Lani had something, and Piku has some shipbuilding stuff, right?
well, Halani doesn't have Halani doesn't have anything special.
Yeah, they just have refineries.
Yeah, that's
that's true.
refineries. That's not that good. Rongo has the labs which you would know about. Proper labs.
Yeah, my lab.
Yeah. And well, Pyuku has aside from the repair facility, which is not the right thing you want. It has like a pro production facility. Nowadays, actually, it has like a entire production wing as well.
All right. So would it like that production wing, if some changes could be used to start not mass producing but just regular production of the ships? Let me check.
Well, you don't know that much about it. You just know that it's essentially like churning out general supplies for the surrounding area. With some local production, making up for any shipments that come in to make it a little bit cheaper. Okay, someone died.
It's allied.
Okay, makes sense. But yeah, you don't know about the exact capabilities of it.
Okay, so yeah, it is property of Samanio and Futao. Okay.
Yes. Well, you would know that the person in charge of it is Futao. It would be quite obvious from the files.
Alright. So I guess I would give Futao a call.
Okay, sure. Let's see. Where would you give it from?
What?
Where would you give it from? Like, which
My
room?
office. Oh, yeah, it's the office.
Okay, the office. So let's go to the office thing. It's a mess hall. Oh, there we go. Office. Fucking hell. My mouse spazzing out. Okay, feel free to drag yourself out.
Right? And to get a bit more in the mood of being a Serb, I'm going to put a bit more of alcohol in my cup.
That's fair. Fuck.
A little bit.
Okay, this mouse issue is getting worse. Can barely delete stuff anymore.
Just give like 20 XP to Domino, he can get you a new one. Where's my character?
Yeah, I actually moved like Domino in his own shit, so he had like one down.
Did I ever tell you have a fuck ton of folders?
You might have mentioned it once or twice.
I think like the empty craters you should put like in a large folder like craters or like interest points instead of being on the same list as the players, or put out the players on a players list as well. One of the two. But it feels easier to you.
But there's a problem with that. What happened if we autistically build a base on every other node? You know, he has to be prepared for that.
When he starts emptying, it's just temporary because if it's empty, it shouldn't be showing. Oh, it's a folder with just an intel that is shown to us and probably some creatures for him or whatever. So there's no such need to be in the main one. Could be in a sub page. Well, seeing him out, just say, "Hello there, Futao. How are things going for you?"
Well, thanks for asking. We are doing great over here. We are starting to get finally some results on some of the major projects, and I've gotten some positive feedback. What about you?
Yeah, things are going great. I just finished two very interesting and somewhat scary experiments myself, and but I just got something today from the mail, the space mail, and it got me curious. I see on the reports that you are supervising a production facility on Pico Base.
This is true. Just gone online a few days ago.
Right. I'm curious. I have something I just got. I will send you the specifications right now. I just sent a mail to him with the info about the ship. And I'm curious, would your production facility be able to produce them? Not in large quantities. We just want like a few of them if you have any manpower available. If not, I could try to talk with Hyde and check on his lab. But if you can produce them, you would be the first one to receive our new products, the Mushroid clone troopers. I'd say clone doing our quotes.
Let me have a look. Okay, it seems some you plant those. What are the what are those clones? You made some air quotes.
Yes, it's just the name for better use. You are aware of the mushroom bioweapon I used in the past, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Indeed. I made a variation of that mushroom based on Mashi, my assistant. It's basically humanoid form of the creatures. They have a larger mental potential, basically like some sort of uplifted version, although they are a very raw version different from Mashi that actually is a proper humanoid creature. And my plan is to, I made this template so I can mass produce them. I just need to put some spores in a body, and it just, after 3 days, I'm still working on the acceleration sciences. It just appears a ready unit, and I just need to implant a chip, and there still some need for conditioning, but my plan in the future is just, if the chip production can be made en masse, just replace standard clones with easier to produce units.
Interesting. Very interesting. I've looked at the plans in the meantime, and yeah, we definitely should be able to produce some of those, as long as it's not mass scale. It will take us a little bit of time to churn them out, as it cannot be the main focus of the facility, but certainly can be done.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. For now, it's taking 3 days, around 3 days, to produce one unit. I'm doing on a small scale. I just don't have a proper facility. The spores are still very dangerous, so I don't want to risk anything. So I only have one containment facility from my previous experiments that will slowly produce them. So if you can do a rate similar to that, like in a week, you can have it like 2 or 3 ready. I could already try to implant them and send to you to do some testing, see how they operate.
That would work for me. Completely fine. And, well, if I get dips on it, then, yeah, that could work beneficially. Have you thought about marketing in the future?
Indeed, it's one of my main plans. It's to, after this trial run, I set up a proper production facility for them. The stilting plant will be probably the biggest bottleneck, but if I just make a wonder to make it easier, my plan is to do mass marketing and sell, and I just, if it's efficient enough, just completely make regular clones outdated in the Union. I will actually send the specs of the creatures I'm creating, although their bodies are a bit more fragile than the regular clones. They have a very good regeneration potential, so if they don't get major injuries, that if a clone gets them, he's probably fucked already, so it won't make much difference. They can regenerate.
That's almost too good to be true.
Indeed, it was quite a find, these mushroom creatures. The main downside, if you look at the control ship specifications, they won't have the best combat potential. And they would be a moderately trained person, but they are very agile creatures from my data. Just let me actually check it. I think they have high dexterity, right? Yeah, above average dexterity, so 5 dice. So yeah, they will be possibly not as good as some clones. I'm not sure, but I would say there would be uh, average training, what you would expect for a non awakened police officer, you know?
Of course. My God, that's fucking amazing. What do you mean above average? The bacon, like a fucking 4.
Oh, they don't have 4 dexterity?
The clone trooper has 4 dexterity. That's more than above
Oh
average.
yeah, I buffed the dexterity. Yeah, that's true. I was using Mashi as... Yeah, I have a proper template for that. Yeah, I gave them more dexterity because I could, while Mashi I gave up a bunch of appearance because I could. So yeah, I would say they are a bit above average on a regular police officer, and they also have above average resistance to non-lethal weapons.
Excellent, excellent. Exactly what we need. Yeah, it's probably a bit early, but I have received some requests a little bit ago about some potential fellow syndicates visiting Ceres. Apparently, it seems as if someone is making a bit of a stir. I haven't exactly been able to track down who. I presume it was someone from your end that is very
Yes,
interested.
indeed. I have a talk with a lady in Hyde Space. What was her name? Let me check. One Jocelyn, and I convinced her that it would be useful for the Gribinoy project to just bring in people interested and invested and just make them see themselves the potential for the land and everything so they can use personal resources to not use the technocracy on resources.
Hmm. He like looks at you for a second. Give me like a perception empathy at a 6.
Empathy. Fuck, I'm autistic. I spent a double pour on that. Oh, got a 3.
Not bad. Not bad at all. And well, as you look at his face, you're pretty sure you see like anger in it, but that anger is not directed towards you. It's more that as if that name like triggers something in him.
I just be quiet for a moment and she says, hmm. Is she well, considering the other people that Hyde recently got, mainly the fat Paul, is she also some sort of fuck up in the syndicate?
Ah, well, yes, she is. I shouldn't bad talk colleagues like that, but she is a very peculiar one. And while I cannot disclose the exact details, as you might understand, I have to say that you should keep a close eye on her and what finances she is meddling with.
Alright, I thank you for the warning. I'll keep an eye out. Should probably have suspected that some of the people, well, even myself, when I was sent to Ceres, let's say I wasn't in the best term with the other progenitors. That's why I changed from to the Void Engineers. So thank you for the warning.
Of course. Why then? Perhaps over another. They do not appear to be related to her, and the one that's coming apparently acts as sort of representative of a group that has been that has gathered. Perhaps you can come in arrangement with him. I don't have much information about them except that they are very low-ranking members and have not really made a name for themselves so far. But it is something. I was hoping to bring in someone from my convention, but I had not as much success so far. Well, not that I had particularly much time to try.
That was why indeed, what I talked to Jocelyn. I was interested in getting new people, and we all know how experienced people is at their resources on this time. So I said to her just to bring new people that individually they might not be that powerful and have that many resources, but if she convince a good amount of them, they could provide a good asset. So if you have any ideas of plans on how to approach them or anything you would like me to discuss with them, just send to me. I would try to do that.
I can tell you right now that that their approach will not be altruistic. They will be looking to prove themselves. They will be looking to make to make some money. It might not be just that they want to soften any blows to the budget on Ceres, as well, I would have as I would have. Instead, it's more to fill their own pockets. So you have to come to them with something that that will give them the ability to generate value. If it was on the mud back on the mud ball, they would probably not even bother with owning their own ventures, but rather instead have someone else own it and merely be consultants. But,
Well, I would try my best. As I said before, and I even did on presentation, I want Gribinoid to be a new frontier, like old Wild West. People filled with greed and ambition, just coming in and making their own name, and by the end creating a great nation.
that
But
could
instead of nation, creating a great union.
that could certainly work, as long as the security issues are resolved. Have you ever found out how big Gribnoi is?
I currently have the what's dominant rank? Security what?
Chief of Security.
Security.
Yeah, I currently have the chief of security on his ship, exploring and protecting that place.
You
And,
would have gotten the results from me, by the way. Well, like what I found out about this, how big it is and shit, how high you can fly.
how big it is.
It's very strange. Like if you fly up, it seems like it doesn't make any fucking sense. That's all. I would have probably phrased it better in the report, so it's better if Verdona tells you.
Yeah, but out of character, how big it is, I don't know.
You don't know. Like at some point, right? As you're leaving, the speed at which you go fucking changes. Either you get smaller, or like the planet gets bigger, and none of it makes sense.
So it's infinite.
I mean, not quite infinite.
Technically,
When it like move towards what appears to be the sun, he eventually got his ship got caught by the gravity, and at least according to his ship sensors, it would have meant that he eventually would have fallen into the sun there. So. That's a question if it's truly infinite. Actually,
Okay, yeah.
Actually, Vislav, you have some folklore, right?
No, I have Weeb's shit.
Hmm.
And I have 1 dot on cosmology.
Okay. That's like a long shot, but give it like some intelligence academics at a 9 after reading like the reports.
5, 6, 7, I would say 8. At 9, I will spend a willpower on that.
Hmm. Come on, big money. That's not bad actually.
I have creative as a specialty, and that's a 3 with because willpower.
Yeah. This is probably enough, to be honest. I don't think creative would exactly apply, but yeah. You remember something? You remember some weird obscure anime that you watched at some point? Well, actually no, it was a manga. Now that you think about it, and there was some story about going inside of the Earth, and you think it was something about someone trying to, copy some other unimportant European literature, or was it American? Not sure. But long story short, you you remember that that the story goes that someone goes deep inside of Earth and through some tunnels and the like, to eventually emerge in some strange place that had like vegetation on it. Like jungles. You saw like dinosaurs and all kinds of weird creatures. And then you also remember apparently, the was mentioned in that story that if you go close enough to the sun, like climb like to the highest mountain there, you and jump, you get dragged to the sun, and get burned up. Which and the sun is like and the sun is the center of this world. So if you go all around, you always see the sun, but it's essentially like walking on the inside of the Earth's crust.
You're right. So I what's the name of the guy? I read a manga adaptation of Travel to the Center of Earth or whatever it's called. That book, classic one.
Yeah, essentially.
But knowing that and seeing the reports, I would say actually, yeah, he already did some very curious research about how is, and it is very weird, Gribnoi. Honestly, the best description. I remember reading some fiction stuff about people people exploring inside the earth is like a hollow earth, like there is a sun inside, and the way that Gribunoi is, fits very much with that classification, and it is really big. I can send you the his discovery yet. And on the security front, I already managed to get and interrogate some of the Nordics that are invading the place. I turned one of them in one of my experiments, some sort of almost vampire creature, and he stayed rational for a day, and we had some talks. And it's I also sent the report. I should keep people more updated instead of only giving to the chief of security and Noah. I will also send him the reports about what the fake vampire said. So yeah, it's still not completely done, but it doesn't seem that bad. The worst thing is the some sort of avatar or whatever that the natives were summoning that killed one of the groups of the invading Nordics. But with our current firepower, if you have a ship in there like we currently have, that place is completely safe. One shot of that completely overpowers most things, so the chief of security didn't have any difficulties yet.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound too bad, but I'm a bit concerned about the experiment. I'm a bit rusty on union regulations, but if the experiment with the hemorrhagic entities goes sideways, you might be held responsible.
Oh yeah, I already cleaned that experiment. It's done. It was interesting, but even for myself, I would not say I'm the most sane operative, but it seemed too dangerous. I had hopes that I could make something sane, that we could communicate and understand it, but after the third try, the first one doesn't count. I immediately destroyed. I decided to cancel it.
That seems like the wisest approach. But yes, so to bring back another issue, the old issue. Well, if you can make sure that the chief of security keep things under control, perhaps I could facilitate the visit of the syndicate. a little bit. You just need to make sure that you have enough time for him, and he could be here within 1 or 2 days, I believe.
Oh. I'll get in contact with the chief of security, and I think I will also give him control of my ship for the next, for the next days. Let's wait a day to see if he has anything else to say and do some extra explorations. And yeah, we could get in contact with his representative to plan a visit.
Excellent. Well, I will facilitate that then, and hopefully that will mean that he can come sooner. I guess I will give you a heads up how the talks go on my end. And well, if things don't line up on your end, then you can just give me a message, and I will take care
Alright.
of things.
Also, on to your original subject, when you have a prediction when the first unit would be ready, just tell me that I go to bring up. And actually, no, nah, it would be safer to hear. Just tell me, I would bring it up here to my base, and I would bring you the already the first unit I will be making, so you can start testing the capabilities while you produce more of the control ships.
Oh, it shouldn't take too long. We have, I believe we should be able to give it a try this afternoon, as we have a bit of a gap in the schedule there. Which means at the latest tomorrow. Probably still today, although delivery will probably not be today.
Yeah, don't need to be much priority. You can just do the first body would be ready in 2 or 3 days. So when it's ready, I would go collect and bring you the first clone trooper made. I need a new catcher name, for marketing. Do you have any good ideas?
Not quite. Perhaps Instant Soldier? No, that wouldn't fit either.
Call it fun gunners, you know?
What about Gripnoid Grunt? Perhaps shortened to a GG?
Yes, that's very good. GG, good phrase. I see it being very catchy. Yes, I would put the name on my files and start calling that.
Excellent. By the way, you can change like the believe you can change the soldier sheet, so
Yep.
let's see. And he's gonna try to see if he can squeeze it in properly, and how long it would take him. Probably. Let's just make it a 7. Okay. The specialty would apply. And yeah, later during the day, you will probably receive like another message from him that that he's probably able to procure them in like within like 3 days. So essentially, when you hand over the first one, you get like the 3 chips.
Right. With matter. Sure.
Yes.
How much can I do manipulation with matter? Sure.
We need to check. I think it's a bit limited, but enough for essentially basic manipulation, like a bit of forming and stuff like that. Let's see. What does matter to say exactly? Basic transmutation can transmute one substance into another, so it doesn't alter its essential shape, temperature, basic state. Depending on the base practice, you might reshape lead into gold, blah blah blah. That's mostly transmutation. Rare and complex materials are more difficult to fabricate than simple ones. It's easier to turn stone into iron, for example, than into gold. A great number of successes, blah blah blah. No radioactive materials.
I just want to, like, anti-containment unit I have, I just want to do some basic matter stuff to just split into two, have an extra door, and put another body to try to make more GGs at the same time.
Not too bad, I would say. Yeah, I could probably do that with matter too.
Okay, yeah, let's just do a row. So it would be 5 at 4. No, 5 at 6, 5, right?
So there are 2 effects, so basically should be 5. Alright. Oh, that's not too bad. I would say though you would need like 5 successors to do it all. So I guess just roll again. Oof. That's so sad.
Not a fail.
Oh, there we
There
go.
it goes.
And yeah, you managed to like reshape the thing, and yeah, looks actually better than before.
Yeah, I would throw in another bot. Did you say how many I got? Let me check if I have on my notes.
I did say it. I don't remember how much you used up already.
I used 2. 1 to turn into a vampire, 1 to make the first mushrooms. I would add another, and I never noted down how many. Maybe some bodies? No. No, I have here 5 bodies. I think it's that. So I use 3. I will have 2 left. And yeah, I will have 2 grunts in production.
Excellent. Okay, and another question in terms of like supervision. How do you handle them, like, you know, growing up essentially?
I will always keep someone in the lab, keeping a watch. Probably me and Mashi will just intercalate, because I would send maybe if any of the geologists are around, he could help with that. But I would send Kelly and my ship temporarily to Gribnoy to help Tristan with whatever he needs of firepower to deal with the issues inside.
Okay. Seems fun. Okay then, well, I suppose we should go to the next person. Oh, Jürgen, it's your time to shine.
I see. Fucking awful timing, but okay.
What the fuck?
Okay. How insane is everybody?
Well, very actually. You know, well, actually, let's go to you.
Well, first of all, I was gonna check on Sarah just to see how she's doing, because Tristan honestly is kind of expecting that nothing quite happened to her, because, well, she wouldn't be affected by it, but maybe because I'm affected, she'd be affected. You know?
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, where the fuck did I put this? Here? Oh, cool. Oh, I guess that's where your ship would be floating, so it's fine. And well, yeah, looking around at the ship, you can't find Sarah exactly.
Ah,
You know,
that's not good.
Tiong is like trailing you, but yeah,
Fine.
she can't see it either. Like you look at the quarters, you do notice something though.
What's that?
Well, in the mess hall, there's someone on the mess hall, but actually like one of the quarters. You do find someone on the floor.
Who is it?
It's a progenitor, just laying there, gibbering.
Josiah. Alright, looks like got our first candidates for a checkup. Let's look over at Tiong. If I recall correctly from reports, we're both, good at dealing with these types of situations. And been trained in the science of, the psyche.
Well, that's true. So you want me to check it out?
Well, we could check together, but think of your previous knowledge in psychology. I think you're the best bet. And he chuckles for a second.
I guess
I
that's
am, of
somewhat
course,
true.
more than glad to assist.
Of course. Easiest way would be to just connect. Don't be a bit reckless, however, considering the magnitude. And I don't think my mind protection will quite hold up if I try. So let's try it a little bit from the safer route.
Yes, I would recommend doing it a bit more safer as well. We do know that he has that prior. I'm pretty sure you've read his file, correct?
Oh yes, I have. It's a bit interesting, actually similar to yours, in a way.
Yeah. It's honestly, it was really ironic. I couldn't tell but chuckle at the similarities in the beginning.
I imagine. And let's see. Just like a checkup, and has no external wounds, but I do see that he bit his tongue a bit badly. There's like a little bit of blood here, but thankfully he didn't manage to bite it off.
Good. That's good. Can I actually do like a medical thing to make sure of that he's actually okay? So I do have medicine.
Sure, I would like some like perception medicine at a 6.
And I am gonna hate this. Two successes, because guess what? My buffs are fucking gone, Redomer.
Neat.
No, I hate it. I need to fix that as soon as I can.
Also, why 3? Do you spend a willpower?
Sorry?
Oh,
I didn't say 3, I said 2.
my bad. And yeah, well, you
I
could.
said only 3 because that's what my yeah, I had acute senses, but whatever. I said 3 because that was my perception rather than 9. It was 3.
Very, very humble. But yeah, you essentially confirm her assessment. Yeah, seeing like the bite marks. Physically, he's mostly fine. But yeah, clearly, he has like some, white foam in the corner of his mouth. And he says, like an incoherent stream of words while staring at the ceiling and blinking. That can't be good, probably.
No, I've never seen something quite this bad. We need to fix him. Tristan looks at Young. I feel like those mind shields we put up help, but I do worry that maybe not everybody had one up. I think it may be wise to maybe converse with the crew after this is all over and done with to point out the importance of protecting your own mind. You know?
That's true. But you should know that we are having more having more of your sciences active at the same time can be detrimental to other projects you want to do. So
that's entirely true. But the vast majority of people that I've ran into haven't got that many things active at the same time. But it is fair to put that as a thing to keep in mind when we talk about it later. I guess for now, what's most important is getting him no longer foaming, making sure he's quite okay.
I actually believe we should just sedate him for now. Just to make sure. Because if the others are in a similar condition, we shouldn't leave them lying around.
True. It's like we probably don't have anything proper to sedate and do we, like sedatives and shit.
No, we actually do.
Oh. Let's fucking sedate the guy then.
Yeah. And well, actually, yes, Tiana's just wanna give him something. Just like enough to some medicine to how to succeed. And he is not exactly resisting.
Ah, she has medicine too, nice. She
Yeah.
got like what, 3 dots?
No. She has 2.
Okay, same. Good soup.
Yeah. That's certainly enough to not kill him. Maybe she was under stress, but so not like this.
Yes.
Okay, and yeah. You sedated him, and that Young asks you to like drag him to his quarters, and like hook him up to at least like like some like monitoring device. It's not exactly good, but it will at least tell him if he like if he dies in the meantime.
If this wasn't a life or if this wasn't as bad of a situation as it was, Tristan would have flexed his muscles again and just like, so he's still gonna like pick him up and make it seem like it's absolutely nothing that he's carrying him, but not quite the flirtatious like last time, but not as much
Oh fucking
as he
god!
carries him up.
Why you like
That'll certainly give her a boost to her desire to do her job properly.
Oh fucking god! I should probably have you roll for that.
You should, yeah. My 2 automatic successes.
Okay, roll me like your strength subterfuge.
I don't even have subterfuge anymore. All right. So,
Difficulty 6.
so the pogs, right? Sorry?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't increase. It stays the same because it's talent. Right? We're done?
Yes,
that's not a difficulty increase, right?
That's not a difficulty increase, no.
Okay. And the pogs, right? They give you +2 dice or 2 automatic successes. You cannot have both, right?
Yeah, +2 dice or a success if you activate them.
Yeah, I'm fucking activating them.
Okay.
2 successes.
Disgusting.
Surprised that wasn't strength athletics, but okay.
No. Like, you seducing with your thing.
That's true. That's true.
And yeah, you carry him, making it seem effortlessly, in a way, you know, a little at very least. And
Yeah.
yeah, when you like, glance back, your sensor, his sensory mesh detects that she is like looking at you.
Good.
Kinda, casually checking you out. Not while you're looking, of
That's
course,
fine.
but
Just as Tristan intended, you know. It's good. It's good.
yeah, you're a terrible person, by the way.
No, no.
Yes, you are.
Based. But yeah, no, I'll do exactly as she said, and probably return back to her. Like, I presume I still haven't found Sarah, have I?
You have not, no.
Okay, well, and I have like a minute, right? Fuck. I kind of just want to see if I call out to her like I've done previously. If that like does anything, because having her on board to like collect people would be really fucking good right now. Would give us one
I
more
mean,
manpower.
she could web people in even.
That's true. It is on her file, right? That she can do that.
Well, considering that she considering all that happened, yeah, it is by now.
So wait, everybody in the ship would have access to that too, right? So everybody would know that she can do that.
No, to Youngwood, no.
Young would. Okay. No, I just want to try and see like if I call her out in my mind, like maybe she'll respond. Maybe there's something. Maybe there's nothing. You know.
Card in your mind. Sure, give me like a willpower roll, Nate.
Fucking nothing.
All, you call out with your mind, you call out with your soul, but
Nothing.
only
She doesn't pick up
silence
the soul.
answers.
Man, we gotta get a permanent like mind like telepathy going, but whatever. And then just return to her. To Young. He's properly placed down. It's probably best to go ahead and see if there's more people, right? Make sure nobody's in, direct danger.
Yeah, I've looked around a little bit while you were away, and I think I heard something from the control room.
I'm curious though. Remember that I set up that road thing to have everybody be calm, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are
Just
you
making
curious
sure.
about?
Sorry?
What
No,
about-
if it, I was just curious if you remembered that. That's all.
Well, the West stopped so far, so yeah. Actually, so you go to control room, I guess. Oh my God. Okay. Thanks, Sams. And yeah, just drag yourself out. Well, you try to, enter the control room, but the door appears to be locked.
All right. I just realized something. I look at my PDA, and I go, Winston, can you give me locations on everybody in the ship?
Let's see.
And who's currently in the control room?
Let's see. What kind of AI is that even?
It's a ship AI.
Okay, no social stats, so I will just give you the messages back. The feedback. Okay. And well, you get positions on people. Let's just go through a list, shall we? Okay, Sarah
God.
Cooper. You you don't see her like on the on the ship on a normal ship grid. No, you see her in like an air duct.
Based.
Somewhere somewhere actually like close to where you were originally, in the somewhere above the canteen. or mess hall rather.
Mhm. All right, fair enough.
And well, next up, Anke. Anke is the one that's currently in the control room.
All right, all right.
And well, Mosey. Mosey is well, she is
Moseyland?
she's yes, she's in Moseyland, but she's always in Moseyland. But no,
That's true.
physically she is she's further back in the ship, like at the other end of it, like where the engines are. Well, Petri I've already found. He's now safe and sound in his quarters, hooked up to a monitor. And where, Rona? Let's see. Alright. Yeah. Had I cursed?
Mhm.
But yeah, actually let me like draw something for her.
Oh my god, that's such an awful thing you could have done with that one thing that she had, Redomer. Ooh.
Which one?
The vampire stuff.
No, I wouldn't. That's
Sad.
that's more something for later.
Imagine she panicked, consumed it, you know?
No, she doesn't have it.
Good.
She doesn't have it.
Alright, where's she at then?
Ah, well, I had to roll for her for something. Come on.
Pretty good.
That's nice. And well, let's see. How much does he actually have? 3. No, that would be Volga. How much difficulty increase was Volga magic?
What's she trying to do? Holy shit.
Something really retarded.
Is she traveling back in time before this happened?
No.
Sad.
No, she didn't. Let's see. With come on, PDF, show me. We are running out of time.
What does he say?
Come on, show me PDF. We are running out of time. Fine. Don't show me, I guess. Find it myself.
No, the PDF bots don't like you.
No. I don't think my PC likes me in general.
PC does not like you either.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly the problem. Okay. Volga without witnesses. That's a 4. Highest fear plus 4. So she was at a 7 then. Oh. Yeah, good job, I guess.
Ah, nice.
Okay, and well. What she did, she does appear to be, also, also in the control room, but, well, in quite a weird spot. she appears to have gotten herself in like one of the like maintenance areas. You know, there's not much space in there, and if she was like a man, she probably could not even fit in there properly. That's not people are not meant to be stay in there. But yeah, she is in there.
I presume he can't really give me like things on they're fine or like what the fuck they're doing, right?
Oh well, you could get video feed, I think, from the control room.
Yeah, let's get video feed on the control room.
Okay, and well, you get the video feed from the control room. Yeah, you see Anke just there, covering behind like the captain's seat, and
Fair enough.
and she appears to have tin foil on her head.
The only smart one. What about the Rona?
And Rana is not to be seen anywhere.
All right.
Yes.
They both seem fine. So I am gonna look at Tiong, inform them. Yeah, there's 2 of them in there. Looking at video feed, just show her. Anka seems fine. The other one we can't see, but I'm gonna go check up on Sarah real quick. She's in the air ducts. We probably don't have cameras there.
Nope, you don't.
I'm
So,
just gonna quickly.
well, Tiang would you ask you where exactly in the air ducts Sarah is?
It was really close by to where I was when you helped me deal with it.
No, that's strange. I should have picked her up normally.
Yeah, it's probably just all this stuff happening at the same time. Just quickly gonna get her. I'm pretty sure she'll be perfectly fine. And I'm just quickly gonna go check near the air duct.
You don't like some charisma subterfuge.
Why? I'm just assuming she'll be fine.
No, not because of that.
What's the difficulty?
Just at a 6, but it will be contested.
I botched.
Well, let's hope Tiang also botches. Should I be mean? I should be.
I don't even know what you're doing.
I mean, you should.
You should tell me so I can adequately decide if I want to spend a willpower or not on Tom.
I mean, you tell
I
me.
don't even.
Hmm?
Yeah?
Oh wait, not like intentional lying.
No. I'm just assuming she'd be fine.
I mean,
Genuinely.
oh, I thought it was well. She was I thought you were gonna say you're trying to distract her from the fact that she might be, not an actual person.
No. I know the reports exist. Okay, basically, Tristan is just like of the mindset that like, okay, he knows like what Sarah is really, but on like the whatchamacallit, like the level of the reports and shit, it's pretty evident already that the normal laws don't exactly apply to her. So it's not that much of a stretch to assume that she might be better off on stuff like this.
All right. Okay. Seems to be fine enough, I guess. Yeah. You see, I guess, okay, like roll me like some perception and empathy instead.
Perception, empathy.
Yes.
Okay, difficulty and does acute senses work?
Difficulty 6 and yes.
5 successes.
God bless. Okay, and well, you do that And I just like glance back at her when you like mention Sarah probably being fine. You see like her lips her lips like slightly twisting, and you're fairly certain that that she's a bit upset over the fact that you know her sciences like kind of failed on Sarah, but not in the sense that that she thinks her science are insufficient or something, but rather that she doesn't like the oddities of it.
What a surprise. New World Order agent does not like oddities.
No,
Fair enough.
She's not a New World Order agent.
Oh yeah, no, fair enough. That's Anke.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Akari doesn't like it. She might even shoot you. Who knows?
Sorry? Yeah, she might. That's why, I'm happy that not everybody has access to what Sarah is, because Anke would probably have shot her and probably got killed.
Oh yeah, but I would have gotten killed.
I don't think that's how it does work.
I mean, at least temporarily. It would respawn eventually.
Exactly. Yeah.
But imagine explaining that to her.
Explaining to Anke, like, or to Tiong. I mean, it's pretty. Okay, look, there has to be some research done about geniuses, and like, there has to be a previously discovered case where somebody had a physical genius. That's got to be somewhere out there. It may not be accepted, but it's definitely going to be filed somewhere.
Maybe that happened, but take that person out of the back and take him down.
I understand that. That's why you gotta frame it differently. That's why But let's continue doing this shit real quick. I'm just gonna go get Tara real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
So we
You find her
place.
up in the air ducts. Seems like seems like she was hiding there. At first she seemed like scared. Scared up there, but she quickly recognizes you and gives you a hug and tells you that she's missed you.
Yeah, I'll look her back. Missed you too. Good to see that you're all good. You're in a better state than other people on the ship, so please, sorry to make this a bit rushed, but please come with us. We need some help getting the rest of the people to make sure they're okay. Actually, Redomer,
Yes.
I want to ask her if she's like if she can stay with Petro to make sure that Petro is okay. That way, in case the vitals change, we have somebody on board.
I mean, sure. Not sure what she's gonna do. Exactly if shit hits the fan, but she can try.
She can always just tell Winston to contact me.
Have you considered telling Winston to contact you?
Yeah, but I don't trust Winston to be smart enough to do that yet.
Yeah, he's only what? 4 intelligence?
Yeah. Small brain.
A small
I have
brain.
6. Without being buffed.
Well, I'm sure then that Miss 2 intelligence will be much better.
Yeah, exactly. She's an actual person.
But yeah, let's proceed. How do you want to like go into the control room?
Well, first, the magical effect that I have is still on about being courageous, right?
About what? Excuse me?
You know that road I did to make everybody's emotion change to be courageous, to try to, not have them be too fucking scared. The
Yes.
stuff I did last session. Yeah. If that's still active, I would like to just, announce up front, Anke, it's me. I'm coming in just to make sure you and Ruona are fine. Please, is it locked from the inside? Probably, right?
Yes.
I'd probably tell her that and then go like, yeah, I'm gonna have the door unlocked in a couple of seconds. Please say something like, yeah, please let me know if there's something going on before I come inside. Just here to make sure you guys are okay.
Let's see. Let me have a look at the character sheet actually. See what that thing is exactly. Oh god bless. Whew.
So
Ah, nothing.
you realize how bad it is there? We're getting more paranoid than she already was.
Well, it certainly doesn't help her. I just checked like what level her flaw is at.
Let me just 6.
It's a 5.
Jesus, what the fuck? Man, I like how she has a 5 dot flaw, but still has RT 1.
Yep.
Disgusting.
You wouldn't be in any better condition if you got reset this many times. But yeah,
True.
you well, you open the door, and it actually made me like a perception alertness roll at difficulty 8 base.
Okay, so I presume that's down to a 6. Yeah, 2 successes.
Ah, well, that's
What is she
something.
throwing at me?
Nothing, but you do hear the clicking of a weapon as it's being readied, just as you open the door.
Am I glad that I'm probably still in fucking armor anyway, but okay. Fuck. Okay, I just address her again. It's me, Tristan Cooper here, and then I'm gonna try to. That's probably retarded, but the captain of the ship. I wanna, command her to just calm down.
Commander.
Hey, look, I'm trying to use my rank here, okay? It's extra dice.
Okay, sure. I mean, I guess should have give you at least a chance to roll to not get shot. Not
Sure.
that you would be harmed by it, most likely.
Nah,
But yeah.
you never know.
You're using your commanding stuff, so give me like a manipulation leadership plus your rank.
Difficulty 6. I'll spend a willpower.
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes, sure.
Spending willpower. 2 meager successes.
I like how Tuesdays are not enough anymore.
Not in your game. Where like the larger my dice pool got at stuff, the less my successes actually meant, and the difficulties went up approximate as well.
Maybe have you tried doing easier stuff?
No, I've been doing the same stuff. The difficulty has just been artificially increasing, but whatever. Is
No,
that enough?
you're just paranoid. Yeah, you're being an anchor.
Yes.
And yeah,
Anka's
well,
being a me.
you see Anka emerge from behind the captain's chair, and he says, "Stay where you are. I need to make sure, like with her new headgear, like glinting in the lights."
Nice. I'll slowly put my hands up, just be like, yeah, sure, take your time. Take your time. And I'll actually keep them up as well.
When was the last time we saw each other?
I give the correct answer. You don't think I remember this, Redomer?
She like she like bites her lip and slowly raises her free hand towards her face, and you see her like sucking on her thumb.
That's one of the first things I saw you. That's one of the first things I saw you doing when I picked you up on that station. That was so long ago. Well, it's been like a month at this point.
Okay. Then what did I tell you about my parents?
Man, I don't even remember what she said about her parents. Did she even say anything about her parents, Redomer?
No, she didn't.
You never mentioned them to me.
Yes, she didn't.
See, I remember.
So what do you tell her?
That she never told me anything about her parents.
That's correct. And well, then she asks you. Actually, I think. Was she there? Fuck, I don't quite remember.
When?
Oh, she was with you when the thing when he went for the I think the Nordics or whatever.
With
Or
what Nordics?
was it the Rogue Hunt? Or was it the Hunters? I don't quite remember which one. Whatever. No. Okay, he's just gonna go and say, okay, okay. So, and she's still like looking around, a bit uncertain, and then slowly lowering her weapon. Okay, you seem to be the one you claim to be. But what the hell happened? I felt something touching my mind.
You know, I look over at her, probably like very slowly, lowering my hands. Basically, they were like a bunch of the native people, native wolf people here, and they had this. Well, as you know, we were looking for nodes, confluxes, and we found a reading. Upon investigating, we found a group of, the natives here, and they were carrying what looked to be a giant slug around that had peculiar readings upon it. And the moment I opened fire on one of them, I tried to, I tried to scare them away. I tried to get them away from the slug so I could get closer and try to see what exactly the slug is. Maybe, encase it in some dimensional space to prevent them using it and to do some research. But the moment I shot one of the natives, the slug started screaming, and even despite doing my best to ignore the noise, I too felt my mind being touched. Although I think the shields that I had set up helped me out before. Everybody seems to be affected. The only one who hasn't really been affected was Tiong. She came to get me. Ceres, fine. Petro is let's not talk about Petro yet.
And Tiong raises a hand and says, I wasn't actually that fine. I've, much to my shame, I've spent some of my time affected as well. However, I recovered quicker than the others.
And that puts you way ahead of us. Like, yeah, you should be proud that you managed to stave it off that well. It's that thing's fucking harsh. Imagine if we could replicate such an effect and use it against Nefendi influences or threat null. It would be. No, I wouldn't say threat null. They're both things, right? Void engineers. Because one is cross-trained. I don't know how that applies.
Anka isn't yet cross-trained. It will take time to get clearance. But she would have heard about Threat now. Like, they know that it exists, they just think it's someone using like some counter procedure, essentially.
Yeah, like, imagine being able to, put us in a directional wave instead and affecting your enemies. Fuck.
But yeah. That's something. So, where's the rest? Like,
Petro's in. Yes?
he said something about talking about Petro.
Yeah, when we found Petro, he was foaming out of his mouth. Medically, he's fine. It's just his psyche that we need to take a look at. But he wanted to be he wanted to make sure that nobody was in any immediate physical harm. Which, you know, once we get Rona, which should be near here somewhere.
What do you mean?
We
She raised her like a gun again. I didn't see anybody.
Yeah, okay. So she's apparently in. Where was she? Well, let me see. I actually wrote this down. I thought. No, I skipped Rona. And I just like point her out the location, what Winston said through the PDA.
Oh,
She's supposed to be there.
there's nothing there. Wait. The maintenance? She like, draws closer, gun raised.
Oh, okay. How about this? Don't like keep the gun out. That's fine, but let me open it so that in case if there is something, we don't immediately shoot it. And if there is something, the one of the armor gets messed up the most.
I guess that makes sense. Like squinting her eyes.
So if this is my last tour, I'm opening Tiong's in charge, and Tiong's in charge of the ship. He says he like goes into the maintenance wing.
Okay. And when open the maintenance thing, yeah, you see Orona there. You know, big like headphones over her head, over her ears rather, and staring in a screen, and then looks up and says, "Oh, hi," and pulls on the pulls on the headphones.
Hey, how are you doing? You seem to be doing quite fine actually after what what we just went through.
Oh yeah, well, let's try to set this one out. I used some of
What do you
my chrono sciences and and well, and accelerated the time a little bit for myself, so as to like not suffer as much from the effects. Oh well, not as long.
Do that.
And
That's impressive.
oh, thanks. It was not without fail, however. Well, it did feel as long as it normally would have to me. However, I was able to act sooner afterwards.
Oh, like that's well done. Seems you even made it here before Anke made it into the commanding room.
Well, to be fair, I kind of found myself here. Luckily, I had some things with me to keep me occupied. I did check around, but I did not want to. I didn't want to engage Anke out there, so I just decided to stick around for a while.
Yeah, that was a good call right there. I look back at Anke. Yeah, it's Rona. She's fine. You can put the gun away for now.
Yeah, and Rona starts waving at Anke, and then hesitates as I gaze wanders onto Anke's head.
It's all good. Everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. I do advise everybody to, if possible, get yourself a little bit of rest. We've all been through quite a bit. I don't know what time it is at this point, Redomer, but we need to check up on Petro as soon as we can, and it seems everybody else is fine for now.
What about Mosey?
Oh yeah, fuck, Mosey, that's true. Oh, almost forgot about her. Alright, so let's go to the near engines to the other side of the ship.
Alright.
Still tell Anke and Rona that they should probably try to sleep, although I know Anke probably is not getting any sleep.
I mean, to be fair, she's probably used to not having sleep at this point.
I need to fucking fix her reprogramming, Redomer.
You You think that's gonna fix her?
Just undo everything that they've done. I mean, fuck if I know. It's gonna be interesting though.
Deprogram. Oops. No, I made it
Yeah?
worse.
Sorry?
Oh no, I made it worse.
And then you just properly program again, you know? Just try it. But yeah, no, let's get noisy.
Yeah, well. You go to the engine room. Well, perhaps one engine room. We don't. It's probably not really that spacious, but anyways. You see her. You see her just, sitting there on a chair. You know, facing the engines. Back to the door. And like a slight humming is coming from her.
Hey, Mosey, it's me, Tristan. You alright?
She like shrieks and stands up and says, "Oh, I don't know. I feel weird."
Alright. Does she appear to be in physical harm or Dahmer?
No, you don't see any
Okay.
wounds on her.
Gonna.
But however, like she looks really, really pale.
Yeah, no. That's I wanna look over at Tiong. She seems fine. I'm gonna have a. I'm gonna do a checkup with her if you don't mind. Could you check out Petro? You are the more skilled of us in science of the psyche, anyway.
Now I try to think about of something.
Yeah, I'll be there shortly. I will be there.
Okay. Well, actually, give me like a perception alertness roll. Difficulty 6 base.
Man, I know what shit I need to up. He said alertness, right?
Yes.
4 successes.
You know, as you like approach, you notice you notice like a bunch of dried heads in the corner. You know, like the kinds you see in the movies of that like some poor some poor natives have collected and put somewhere. You know, hanging from like some like house or bush, some bullshit.
And she has these in the engine room.
Well, they're like in the corner.
Of the engine room.
Yes.
I'm gonna look at her. We'll look back at the heads. That's I presume those are yours. That's a very unique collection you have there. Definitely not what I expected to see in the engine room.
And she looks over and says, "What the hell?"
I presume those are yours, or are they somebody else's?
They're not mine. That's for sure. It's disgusting.
Is she telling the truth here?
Make me like a make me a perception empathy roll.
Perception, empathy, guilty.
Difficulty 6.
Consensus apply.
Sure.
3.
And yeah, she's definitely telling the truth.
She's definitely telling me or not.
Definitely telling you the truth.
Ah. Oh, okay. Never mind then. It's very weird that they are here. I know for certain it's not Ceres. I just figured that since I found you in this room, they were yours. I'm gonna have a look, see whose those are. You look really pale though. Do you mind if I do a quick checkup on you? Just to make sure, breathing's okay and all that.
Sure. Sure. So I guess give me like some perception medicine. Base difficulty 6.
Does it apply? Good senses.
Yes.
Book. No. It's perception, not intelligence. Sad.
Yeah. And well, it seems like fine for the most part. However, seems to be like in a state of shock, and you do notice that like her gaze wanders, like she has like a hard time fixating onto anything. And it seems a bit uh apathetic, and like the direction you got from like seeing those heads was like you know the most thing she can the thing that made her seem alive the most.
So the heads made her seem the most alive.
Yes, but well, that's about it.
Well, I'm gonna look at her and recommend her probably to just go lay down for a bit. I mean, she's been working extra hard as of late. She needs to recover some willpower as well. You know,
Yep, sure.
and if something happens, she's to inform me ASAP.
Okay, what are you gonna do with the heads?
I still like they're clearly not hers, right? She was telling the truth,
Yes.
right? I'm just gonna keep the heads there, and then I'm gonna ask Winston. Winston, who put the heads in the engine room?
Well, let's have him roll. Did he notice who did it? The Orion. Oh, cool.
Hmm?
Come on, please fail me.
Nope.
So sad.
Alexa played Despacito.
Yeah. And well, he tells you, or rather shows you, some video footage, like a few hours ago, where
Or after the shit.
Hmm?
Was this before shit went down or after?
after, like you see like a a bit like crazed looking Tiong, like hair all messed up, with like with a bunch of those heads, like just putting them there, looking like looking hurried around, and then sneaking out of the engine room.
Alright. It's fucking based. I mean, you know what? For now, like, I'm just gonna keep. I'm gonna go out of the room and probably put it on. Lock the door, and then I need to talk to Tiong about that once we fix Petro.
All right, but yeah, I'm afraid all out of time, like for quite a while. But I need to finish this up. So
If you want to, you can continue with Allied, and we do like a small follow up, just
I mean, I also need
after
to
the
do
session
AMS,
or whatever.
which is a problem.
True, yeah. So just
Yeah,
do the overs.
Yeah.
Do the. You can do the overs and then like later just do this with me or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Because the time thing's gonna be weird.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I need to figure out if Am's even alive. I know Allied is alive. Am's.
Amps, brother, are you pinned here? The York, are you here?
It's time to make notes, Ems. If you don't respond, you have to make a
There he
note.
is.
I heard something. Yes.
What the fuck are you doing? Like you caught you earlier
Well,
as well.
simple. Simple. I couldn't answer you earlier because I was checking on my dog because he ate something he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Alright,
My dog is okay. I now can concentrate.
All right. Well done. He's Europol. Okay. Well, I was actually wondering. if you guys were gonna do the Matrix thing.
How much willpower do I have? Let me check.
Probably not enough.
I have 3 willpower.
Of plenty.
Do we want to risk it, Ellen?
Just some botch. Easy.
I have 3 as well. No, Amps, we need to go in like another day before we do that.
Okay, well, wait another day then. We'll go back in like wheelchairs, you know?
Yeah. The NPCs will also have had time to recover too.
Yeah. I just don't want the Polish man to eat my battery. He'll probably eat the battery if it's made from sausages.
Yeah. I mean, Beck is gonna feed him some totally Cheetos at some point.
Made from mushrooms, I know.
No, made from those package filling material, the white ones.
Styrofoam.
Yes, they're foam.
Actually, that would be a good idea if they actually replaced the. If they taste like Cheetos, that would be a good way to weed out the weak on Ceres, you know?
Alright, well,
Alright. So, since you aren't doing the thing, so what are you doing today?
Okie dokie. I wrote something down on my notes, so give me a check. Let's see. Get a camouflage system and find somebody we're forced to. Okay, yeah, that was for the ship, because my ship, pretty good to drive, but it needs a camouflage system to get the scrap hunting beginning. So, Redomo. In what way for the camouflage system will this ship need? Because since it's an old ship, I'm going to have to be on the assumption that the modern camouflage, or what you call it, wouldn't really work on this within the Union.
Well, it could work. You would probably need to spend some extra success essentially on like working over, the systems to be like more efficient, right? But it wouldn't incur like any cost, just other than time, of course. And
Honestly, that sounds pretty good.
yeah. And well, for the active camouflage itself, yeah, half the vessel structure capacity rounded up. So let's check how bad that is. Oh well, good, I guess.
It is so excellent, it became outdated.
Let's see. The Pilgrim has 8 structure successes. Successes, so like you would need like 4. So only like 40 millions worth of material. No biggie.
I fucking love you because I know it's just 40 million. You can find that under a tree, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I love how the casually you say. Cool, you're one special man, you know. God. Okay. Let me think. Okay, first of all, before I work on my ship, I'm going to probably send an email to the Chief of Security, Tristan, about the weird ED phenomena on Ceres that my ship found or spotted.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So at least you get the message. Second, Get the piece, get that sample. Put 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 it nice and put it somewhere safe and nice, and when he does return for his bacon, just to make it clear on the storyline.
All right.
And
Perfect.
yeah, just to make things clear.
Mm,
Okay.
Well, there was something we talked about in DMs. I'm not sure if you remember or not.
I believe. Let me check. We talked a lot of DMs today about tomatoes.
Well, this wasn't about tomatoes. This was not today. It was about talking to the doctor, Dr. Rowan.
Oh yeah, the doctor boy, about the a possible agreement to get some AI.
And
But
yeah,
before I do talk to him, I like to keep my options open at least,
sure.
just to see how quick this AI process could be. So I'm gonna ring Nick.
All right. Let's see.
No.
Yeah, from where would you like ring him?
I'll ring him from central control.
Sure. Well, okay, Nick, you're being called. This happens probably while you're at the ship, looking for stuff.
I will be busy. I will let Rami deal with it.
You will let Rami deal with it.
She is my assistant.
Okay,
Ain't she? I didn't know it was a dude, man.
And well, someone that's not John answers. And
Okay.
she says, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Hydeberry. I'm afraid, Mr. John Bowie is quite busy at the moment.
Oh. Okay.
Would you like to leave a message?
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave a message. If when you're not busy, I need to talk to you about a new AI. I need someone, if he can possibly work on a new AI for me, or for the Sys droid independent systems. Because it's the body is nearly done, but I kind of need the AI. Let's just say.
I will forward the message. Is that all?
Yeah, that's really all, to be honest.
Thank you for calling. It was a pleasure talking to you.
No problem.
And well,
Cool, probably is.
the call ends indeed. You're correct on that. And well, John, you get a message that Mr. Hydeberry called and wanted a meeting with you, and it's something about developing another AI.
Yeah, I'll follow up with that back at the base. Tell him we can work something out. I need my Pokeball.
Hyde thinks to himself after that meeting, and it's just like, fuck me, you already got an assistant for his calls. What the fuck?
Yeah. So like, 8 hours, no, 9 hours later, you probably get a call, Ems, back from from John.
Oh no, if it's that bullshit 9 hours. Oh gosh. I could at least hold on. if it's the 9 hours, can I at least waste that 9 hours to Oh, hold on, Madama.
Hmm.
I actually have a brilliant idea.
Oh.
Since okay, call me a madman here. Okay, but what if I could fly the ship? Because just to waste time officially. Because I don't want to be standing here for 9 hours.
Yeah.
In game wise, that'd be pretty sad.
Yeah.
Either use my ship or talk to one of my subordinates. And I think I want to talk to the Cindy chick I have under my control.
Sure. Well, you can just call her up anytime, really.
Yeah, I think that will do.
Any
just
special
call
place? I just want her to come to you.
No. Nah, I'll just call. I don't want to disturb her meetings or whatever she's doing nowadays.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Let's see. What would be a good place for her to be?
Probably in her room, because, she doesn't like talking to the others.
I mean, she's fine with talking to the others. Let's get that Cooper out of here.
Oh no, Cooper. He listened in, guys. Oh no.
Oh my fucking god.
Gonna probably. Oh no. Why is everything turned to spiders? And they have giant holes in them. Oh no.
Yeah. How could Domino do this? Okay, let's be autistic for a second. Oh right, yeah, no. She's the one with like 2 quarters, I believe.
Yep, temporarily, Because, I'm gonna need to build that special cabin during the downtime.
Yep, but for now, she has 2.
Mm.
And you know what's in the second one?
Her clothing,
No.
her jewellery.
The big fat fucking bathtub.
How the fuck she get a bathtub in here? Like, seriously?
Well, where the bed normally would be. There's now a bathtub. And she's in there, naked.
Oh.
Uh, And, just relaxing. And just, yeah, no, just come in.
Okay. What? Just come in? Question mark?
Yes. She's saying to come in.
Okay. Because I think was okay. Da-da-da. On the screen, because I'm assuming I'm talking on the monitor, right?
Well. I assumed you were coming in, but sure. You can also talk on the monitor, that's fine.
Yeah, because I wouldn't really want to walk in while someone's showering or bathing themselves. That's just inappropriate behavior.
No. She's, she wouldn't, don't worry, she wouldn't, do something for that, but, yeah. This is, well. Anything the matter?
At the moment, I've got some good news. You know that ship I've been working on? Down in the, dock.
Yeah, the really old one.
Yeah, I finally got that working from a distance, so no one can touch it. Because I don't want to risk anybody touching it. So so somebody can control it from a distance. Let's just say.
Oh.
And I can finally use it to get some scrap. Finally. Though I do need a camouflage system for it. Which I'm gonna probably need to find somewhere. but I think I'll put that away for a later day.
How much does that cost?
What?
A camouflage system.
I'm not really much of an economist. So, you want me to do an intelligence academics roll, Redoma, to
I mean, you,
remember it from the book term?
you probably know it.
What's the number then?
I mean, it's the 40 million to make for the cost. At least so if you
Okay.
if you get it new.
To get it new. But what happens if you want it, like, second-handedly?
Well, that you wouldn't
Got
know.
Matter 5, baby.
That you wouldn't.
A new one will roughly cost, insert the official number. But I could probably look for a second-hand one. But I highly doubt that if I think about it. Because due to me being very good at the crafting of matter, let's just say I could probably work with that very easily. Which I'm probably here kind of need to ask you, could you look around, do a little networking or socializing to see if there's any any second-hand camouflage systems around? In your spare time, when you got the time from official duties, or so I don't want to pressure you.
She like sighs and says, "Sure, I can have a look, but between the Gribnoi project and well, what I'm doing for Vicious Love.
Oh yeah, how did that meeting go?
Oh, went well. He more or less agreed to what you were saying. We have to like talk about some details once I get out of the top. But overall, I don't think there will be any issues from him. I had some
Okay.
actually. Why not do it right now? And she like splashes her like a fist into the water. You remember those? You remember those droids you were planning to make?
You mean the Central Intelligence Systems, the droid unit or model 00.1? Yes. Which
Yes.
is currently in development, which is, in terms of the body, nearly finished, but AI wise, still kind of looking around for AI programmers.
What I was thinking, since they have human hands and
Correct.
can interact with like what normal humans can, what if you use them with like a fresh set of AI to do like maintenance and cleaning in
Gen-
in how to
General,
in the planet of Gribnoi. It could cut down on our personnel cost a lot. In fact, eliminate most of it, if not all.
Hyde just thinks to himself, and it's just like, okay. And that is interesting. And I kind of, and Hyde, when the little light bulb hits his little head, and it's just, she doesn't need to roll for it to notice that, but it's just like, yeah, Vicious Love does have some few things that can lend some help. Like these little creatures that did help me build the base last time, plus this little mushroom. I think we could probably have an easy workforce. Assembled very quickly, actually. But I think we need to line on the details when it does come to it.
Yeah, she like listens up. Well, not only that, But I think if you play your cards right, and I believe like next month or no, month after, your
Mhm.
your gold mine profits should be freed up again, and you could potentially, if you do some trading, get all the required materials to get started on your on the rebuilding project itself. That so it's that way we don't have to rely too much on like other investors or scrounging resources from somewhere else, but can simply use simply use that kind of money, probably mostly for for getting some machinery to actually process the material on Gribnoi, as I believe it has forests there, and some other materials. At least we could use the lumber rather quickly if you get the right machines. I'm not so sure about some more advanced materials. I say advanced, but well, at the end of the day, it's just bricks. But yeah.
Should be. Honestly, that could actually be pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. That sounds very, very interesting. Redoma, can I roll perception empathy?
For what exactly?
As a superior, you must always be suspicious first before opening up your before giving them the doubt. That's what politics 101.
Sure, you can roll.
Okie dokie. Perception empathy 6. Let's botch, boys.
Okay, and well, that's actually a pretty good roll. And yeah, you look at her face. She seems sincere, and but there's something underneath it. It's greed. You don't think she's lying,
Uh-huh.
but you can almost see like some dollar signs in her eyes.
I see.
You see her like dreaming of great riches.
I see. Uh-huh. So she kind of wants to make Griff. I'm not sure. I do have 2 dots in politics, and I could probably make a good guess she wants to have a solid economic base on Gryffindor. Let's just say. But she is very genuine. She's a bit greedy, and I will over time help with that greed. But her idea is very, very good. Not gonna lie, incredibly. It's actually incredible. And I was like, we'll discuss more about this in detail after you have after your bath is finished. I might give someone about the finding of the camouflage system. I might give that to Richard Bowie, or I can find someone else to find it. For the time being.
Yes. There's another thing. During my talk with during my talk with Vyacheslav, he also asked me to do something for him. Well, essentially, rouse a few people with a mega invention. I haven't gone too far into it so far, but there is like a group of young syndicates that are willing to come and look into their options. I think they should have filed file paperwork by now to get their business trips approved and probably get some write-offs. but I don't think they will come.
Okay. And Hyde shows with generous curiosity. When it comes to these young syndicates, would they be, since they'd be very interested in Gryffindor in general, would they, in terms of are they, what are they hungry for? Is it money or prestige or
Money. They need to prove themselves, but just
Okay.
prestige will not suffice to prove themselves. They will need to make some serious cash to get be taken for full.
Okay. Yeah, it's just I've been reading up on the other conventions to abroad to make myself a lot more educated. So just to make sure about these young syndicates in case I do make a fool of myself when they do come.
I mean, I can tell you a bit later if you want to. Once I'm out of here.
I
What
would
is
like that, thank you very much.
the it's not that secretive, so don't worry about it. Their motivations are rather clear. As long as it makes money, it will be good for them, and the faster the better for them. Not that I think you should compromise your long-term gains too much for them.
Okay. That seems pretty good then.
But yes, well, I guess I should get out of here. The water's getting cold, and then I will
Yeah.
come to you, and we can discuss some details.
Okay. And guessing this is when we end the call temporarily,
Yeah,
and she gets out of the bathtub.
yeah. And I think in general, I think it's time to switch over. It's almost midnight, so we get to go over to Allied. Let me just make some notes.
If you want, we can end and just see you at some point during the week. Like that's
Right.
what I mean for Dahmer. I really don't want to have to keep you up if you don't want to be up.
Yeah, that would actually be
Like-
good. Fuck. When do I have actually time this week?
Do you have Wednesday? I mean Wednesday I'm off.
Wednesday I have
Bacon session later in the day. Yeah,
yeah.
I can wake up early. I'll get fucked. How about you hit me up and we'll figure out then.
All right. I can do
Right.
that.
So I'm gonna dip now because I actually don't have anything to add for today, and my session quote unquote hasn't happened. Is that fine?
Oh well, I suppose
Uh-huh.
so. Yeah, I guess I can handle your shit then afterwards. Wouldn't make much more sense. So, anyways,
Oh. Bye, bots.
I just did.
Okay. Now I'm just gonna type in my notes. Use my contacts to search for secondary. Hold on. Don't I know a Hispanic woman
You do know
who's in
us then?
charge of a shipyard?
Well, she's not in charge of it. She's working there.
She's working there. Okay, that's even good. Where is this Hispanic woman? I'm trying to find her now. God, I forgot which convention she's a part of now because it's been so long.
She is.
Oh, I found this Hispanic
she's
woman.
yeah. She's a void engineer. I think she's research and execution, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
I mean Rebecca Cuellar, or whatever it's
Yeah.
supposed to say
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
It's Spanish, so yeah, it's unintelligible.
Yeah, Spanish is really weird. It's just shit Portuguese.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Just a shit French.
No, actually, it's very different from French.
Do you speak French?
No, but I speak Spanish.
Yeah, then you don't get to say that. Sorry.
No, I get to say that because French is very different from Spanish.
No, you don't speak the language. I'm sorry. You have no say in this.
I can understand Spanish. I can't understand. I can even understand a bit of Italian. Italian is closer to Spanish than French.
Actually,
That I
I am
agree with.
wondering though. Is Spanish and Portuguese sort of like what do you call it? How close are they to the language? I was just wondering.
I mean, they aren't as close as like Norwegian, Swedish, and Danish. They're more like some Slav languages. Like Portuguese people can understand Spanish speakers, but the opposite it doesn't work because Portuguese has a bunch of random extra sounds that Spanish doesn't has. So they can't really understand Portuguese that well, but we can understand what they say easily.
Fair enough. So Redolma. I'm just gonna write this down for next time. I need to roll for that Spanish woman. If
Yeah.
she can find me a second-hand part. Yeah, it can probably find me.
Yeah.
Could I
But
repair it?
just a
I don't
warning,
think I
though.
can.
It's only rank 2.
No. Fair enough.
Still pretty high rank.
Yeah. But, you know.
Fair
Don't hope for free handouts. Otherwise, you can probably help you to get it cheaper.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna probably go for, the cheapest.
Yeah, handouts are
I-
only for
I-
allied.
Exactly.
Like handout, Allied only gets the handouts here. I have to be the real man and pay for my food.
Yeah. I mean, Adel is a protagonist, so it makes sense.
Yes. You heard it first, guys.
No,
Yeah, that
No, but on
this is not
stream.
this is not
On
the
stream.
first time. I'm pretty sure I said it on
No,
film.
but
Sure, see, I said it on stream the first time. Well, if so,
Yeah.
well, anyone who watches this in like 20 years, yeah, no, there's a protagonist.
we're done with game.
No,
he
that's
was the
dumb thing.
anime. He was the What's that anime when people jump into the other world and different characters?
Isekai.
Yeah, LSD Isekai. You know, he's actually someone successful in this world. In that way.
Oh my fucking god. But yeah. Okay, we should get started on thoughts in character and out of character. Let's see. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you need to roll 1d3 because there's only 3 people on roll 20.
Yeah, that's
Yes. That's true.
yeah, that's true.
Let's do this.
Okay, Bacon. In character and out of character thoughts.
Well, in character, Vicious Love feels like, as described before, a child in Christmas. Finally, he got his toy. It took so many fucking months. He even forgot he asked for that. But like a late delivery, you just receive it and you're extremely happy. And out of character, Amps, I won. I won the Clone Wars. In
I know.
in game days, I will have a operative combat clone, also known now as GG. But you still don't have your drones operative. I won.
I know, yeah, because I've been cucked on my AI. That's like my biggest Achilles heels here, boy.
I mean, okay, let's be real here. Even with an AI, if you had an AI right now, which, by the way, I think has been sort of agreed on, but like, you haven't finished like your actual research. We're like one success short or some bullshit. I couldn't remember how much, but I think it was one.
Well,
You should
yeah, it was
you
like
should have
5
done like
successes.
me. Look, Amp,
That's
you
a-
should have done like me. You should just use your life for to completely upgrade an entire base of people with like XP reduction, so that you very good AI making person would be indebted to you, so they would make the AI very easy.
Mm, mm.
Just use life 4. I mean, 5 head.
Yeah. But sadly, I don't have anybody in my base that does the AI memes. I have to
Yeah,
go
and the
for God's
problem is
base.
like if you like you could also, for example, ask me, but the problem is that it is downtime actions, and downtime actions are sick.
Yeah.
Like Bacon
That's
could just do this for himself. It's fine, but doing it from somebody else, I mean, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, that's it for me. Vicious Love is happy.
Okay, do you need willpower?
Yeah, let me first do my meme. Let's roll my destiny. 3 at 8.
I think like
I need 1 willpower.
I think you get that. I think I
Okay,
did
I'm
that,
full.
so took it. Yeah, have fun. Have fun. Okay. Well, next up, I need to actually reload the page because the thing opened again. Because things are still fucked on my end. No. Oh, would you look at that? No, there's 4 people.
1d3. Weird how that works, huh?
Yeah. I guess that's how
Someone
the
says
domino
that
crumbles.
certain somebody needed like the processing power to do something else real quick, you know? Schoolwork, you know?
Yeah, surely schoolwork.
Yes. It actually was. It actually
Okay, domino. In character, out of character thoughts.
in character, what the fuck is Tiong doing with these heads? But what? This does not fit her. Like, I didn't know Asian people were into this. I thought this was, like African people type thing.
Okay, maybe
It seems
she's
like
like
cultural appropriation.
she's defying. Okay, cultural appropriation is only a thing that white people can do, and she is defying the stereotypes.
Okay, but then the preceding question is like, is this what made her boxes so heavy? How many of these did she have? Because I remember carrying these, and I mean, I could lift them, but they weren't precise, like exactly easy to carry either.
Yeah, they weren't.
And out of character, I don't know. It was really fun just picking up where like the pieces of my ship, basically the pieces of the people of my ship. So I'm trying to say. That was fun. Although today was not a day for tabletop for me. Like it just didn't go too smooth from my end.
Mm.
I am curious though, like because Neg is, I mean, yeah, Neg is all the way in the future at this point.
Yeah,
It's like a full day ahead almost.
yeah.
How are you gonna resolve that?
I mean, really easily actually. I'm just gonna like do everyone before neck, and
Fair enough.
then have them catch up again. This. It's not like as people complain, that's actually true. Not enough time is passing. So try to accelerate it more.
I see. Well, in that case, I presume you don't want to do it after the session thing, but then you have to be careful with the amount of stuff you do with allied. Unless you get the same shit again, but whatever.
I mean, you're gonna
I
at least
don't
do like a 3-hour session with allied minimum.
I mean, I know where you take your inspiration from, and I'm finally proud that you're admitting that that was a good campaign.
Hmm. Which one was that even?
I'll tell you later.
Yeah. Okay, and well. Okay, then another question actually for you specifically.
What's that?
You think you'll ever get to the threat null part?
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
What if we offer it? No.
Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't I don't see it happening, and at the same time, I kind of don't want it to happen. Like, it's not time yet. It's not time yet. It just is. Like, everybody still has their shit going on and all that. It's gonna change the dynamic and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I enjoy this, but I'm also up for more downtime.
Yeah.
Always up to more downtime.
Oof. I'm certainly not.
Just let me do the downtime for you.
Downtime is very exhausting, and no, you can't.
Downtime is a fun thing for the ST to do. Trust me, it's totally not the worst thing ever, guys.
Dude, my campaign, like the Las Vegas game, was like 90% downtime, and then I hear you
Oops.
fucking complaining.
What did you actually do during downtime for us?
Me, I
Yes.
wrote down all the stuff you did. I actually made like systems to calculate how effective things would be. Remember the whole minor and major action shit? I had to change that in the middle of the game. I actually did a surprising lot, and I had you guys roll for like random events that were happening throughout the city. Although most of the time it was just you guys finding some interesting people.
No.
It was like mostly making encounters and stuff.
Oh, interesting. Well, I can tell you like how I don't bother about actually uh having like NPCs roll and shit, because that's way too much work.
Yeah, it's retarded. You don't roll that. You only your players roll. That's a good move.
No, like even not the players, because I still need to determine shit in that case.
No, like basically what you said is like you don't have NPCs, right? You don't have them do rolls and stuff.
Yeah. Instead
Yeah.
decide like what makes sense for them,
Of course.
and that's it.
Yeah, I mean that's a sensible approach. I had to do very little for the NPCs. Most of you guys didn't really bother with them, despite actually having the ability to do so.
I mean, I think I bothered with a lot of NPCs.
Yeah, you did. That's actually true. You bothered with every single fucking NPC. Didn't matter their age or their gender. You like to bother everyone.
Yeah, was quite fun.
Yeah, it's too bad the capsule hotel never really popped off. Would have been great. Had to bring it into Ceres, boys.
Oof.
Capsules on Ceres.
Indeed, we need to import Las Vegas by night onto Gryffindor. You know. 'Cause,
Yeah.
apparently
Gryffindor.
Until the vampires don't get burned by the sun. Apparently.
I mean, like there was no actual vampire in Grip Noise, so
Contested. Let's import all the vampires on the Gryffindor.
yeah. Actually expected Bacon to go like tastic, but I guess maybe another time. But yeah, that's rough for the next one. Okay, Emperor. And character, out of character thoughts.
In character, I'm so close of getting this ship ready, and also, holy shit, that was wow, my subordinate's really coming up with some very creative ideas. I have to give her kudos for that. But I also must understand, greed is also a strong factor in this decision, which that's going to be it's going to be fun trying to sort out, you know.
Yeah.
But hey, my alter game, I just realised something, Vidoma.
Hmm.
Bacon's got his mushroom people, right?
Yep.
And he's got the little lizard folks, right?
Actually, you have to lizard folk. It's with
Okay.
you because you are both your own using it.
Okay, yeah, I might have to send that back to Bacon during downtime to actually work on the Gryffindor project. And I got the temporary workers that I can only summon in downtime. And if I could go on the droids, we have a very efficient workforce there. Construction team, Red Armor. Yay.
Potentially.
Yeah, 4 dots, baby.
Guess. But yeah, you should be able to like build something great. Like all you need is like, I think you only need the materials right now.
Just need the fucking ship to actually collect the scrap, and I'm essentially Gucci. You know that, right?
Yeah. I know. Although like if you can get the mine stuff, then you can probably like trade. I mean, if you depends on how much you want to spend. If you pay premium, you can get it right away. But if you like want to like pay, a reasonable price, you probably would negotiate, for someone to bring this shit in. Also,
Problem is though, if I could find premium, like let's be real, if I could find premium Dolmen, I'll be dropping the gold mine for that premium.
oh no no
Like
no
through
no no.
tower, like through tower will literally be like, get your ass there and start digging.
No, 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 no. I meant like premium as in terms of you know, not like like a special.
Being
You know,
extra.
yeah, being extra valuable or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't have that at the moment, I'm afraid. I may be a good builder, but I don't think they're looking for people that can make stuff, because that's freely around, let's just say.
Okay, what do you actually need right now? Like, what you're looking for scrap, right?
Yeah, it's just scrap to actually get the ball rolling, really.
Well, how about this? When it comes to it, if this is still relevant when like downtime arrives or whatever the fuck, or like the next opportunity, you have the scrap available, right? It's just in space.
Yeah,
Or
literally, it's in our own sector. It's just no
And
one's
it's-
collecting it.
just talk to my character about it once he's back from like Ripnoy. I mean, I could probably get it with my ship. That'll probably
Yeah.
fit. Like, are you certain it's safe though?
Nothing in space is always safe, Domino.
That
You
changes
should remember that.
Okay, let's still go through session.
All right.
But that's really it for the good old lessons.
All right, perfectly acceptable. Okay, to speed things up, do you need any willpower?
Yes.
Of course you do. What's your nature?
Dictate, director. I was gonna say dictator for a second.
Is that even a nature?
Also, don't we need to do weed jerk?
Yeah, we do. But yeah, just you have yeah, you can have like your willpower back, I think. Let's see, and well, I guess you need to do a jerk as well. No, neck. God damn it, Domino. It's your fault.
We got him.
Your fault.
We got him, boys.
Okay. Okay. Out of character. My forgetfulness has hurt John somehow in this game. Glad to see I'm consistent. In character thoughts. I gotta think of something to do with that hacker. I gotta be mean to this person.
Yeah, it's true. You know what does really mean? If you like
Yes.
if you use like your base's weaponry to shoot at this person, you just blow it up.
Sorry, what was that?
Just to use your base's weaponry to like shoot at this person, or better yet, you go all Japanese and scream banzai while you crash down on the suspect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did you remember the thing I sent you during the week? Well, not you, just in particular, but you and Domino. The reminder.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I did. Once I used up all my time, I was like, oops.
I do need to know, like, what does it actually, like, if I stop being the supervisor to this like construct, where the fuck am I assigned to? Is it just my base? Like my
yes.
ship or what?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, like I said, I will count it as like its own pseudo construct. Essentially, like how it works when like when you're out in space, in general. You are sort of the captain, which is essentially like the rank 3, and you have like a bunch of people under you, depending on like ship size and so on and so forth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's practically its own construct, for all intents and purposes.
But at that point, right, let's say, certain things happen and there may be like a temporary base constructed on Gripnoy or like in space. Now I could actually just park in there and just chill there, right?
In theory you could, yeah.
Good soup. Very good soup, Redor.
Yeah.
Why is this changed though?
I mean,
Like, where's this only coming from?
your field of responsibility is like, a bit further, bit, bigger as well. So it doesn't make much sense to like constrain you too much. So while you're still like assigned on like the side of Ceres, you do have like, like through Nito campus, you have still like responsibilities on the other side as well. So, from an administrative standpoint, there's like no real benefit, especially as you don't even like share personnel anymore. You have like a full
Yeah, that's
complement of
true.
people on your ship. You have no one tying you down. So
I just have the problem of not being able to produce food on my own, but you'd probably just get shipments for that.
You could replace biofoods with electronic batteries. Just replace your organs with AA batteries. You're
Oh, I
powered
thought
by
you were
Quint
gonna.
now.
I
okay,
thought you were gonna say that we eat you instead.
oof. Okay, so about food. Essentially, how it like works is you have to like go somewhere to like resupply. Every now and then, like just essentially be like there doing a supply drop, but that's not really too hard. And then your supplies are refilled, and you can eat some nice little slurry, tasteless, but full of you know important things that your body needs.
Nice.
And
Yeah, that's very based.
okay, then I think I need to take care of like 2 willpower still. For one for you and one for Neck. Neck, are you here?
Yep.
Do you think you earned your willpower today?
Yeah, I found traces of that intruder. So hacker.
Sure, you can have it.
E-
Okay, Domino's Pizza.
Yes,
In
I
character.
agree.
Oh no, no, what the fuck am I gonna talk about?
In
Willpower,
character, I
willpower,
think
willpower, willpower,
willpower.
willpower.
Out of character, I also think I should have willpower, so I'll take 2.
Okay.
No, like there was a very clear, problem. It's like the people on my base are fucking everywhere. I thought about it. Okay, we're gonna spread out, ask Winston, and then just casually check one by one. And now we're just, starting to actually diagnose a problem with Anke. So I would say, yeah,
Sure.
I would say yes. I would even say 2, but I'll take
No.
1.
Not two, but one you can take. But yeah, I'm actually gonna be
Not
interested
1.
to
Okay, I'll take 2.
no. So actually, I'm interested to see what's gonna happen when you actually figure out what's wrong with Anke.
Yeah, I like. How is the Asian chick? Is she actually just gonna wanna like straight go into her mind?
I mean, she's probably gonna try.
I would like to join her. That sounds like a fun thing
I
too.
mean, you probably have to be there to like to convince her.
That's probably fucking true. But I'm kind of hoping to be able to do some rules to make my social shit better before then.
I mean,
So ooh, today was rough.
suddenly that's
Uh,
no longer superhuman.
nah, don't worry. Like I plan to just pull as soon as I fucking can. Because this is really bad. I have too low and like social skills.
Well, that's I guess kind of true. Okay, then I guess it's time to say goodbye to the bots. Well, actually, no, 3 XP first. And does anyone want to spend on something? Well, okay, nobody. But
I'm thinking, goddammit.
hmm.
So Redomer, psychology, right? Is that a specialty for academics or?
It's psychology
It's
falls
an
under
actual
science.
secondary.
Say again? Say that again, Redomer?
It falls under science.
Oh, but is there like a specialized thing you could have that's even more specialized, meaning lower difficulty?
I mean, psychology is already specialized.
It's a specialty. I mean, like a background, like a
Okay.
secondary ability.
Okay, you do know that like okay, if you like pick up a specialty in science,
Yes.
that essentially counts as like its own thing. Like you cannot
Yes.
like most of the time you cannot even like roll stuff that's outside of your field, or if it's not unless it's like something really closely related.
Yeah, no, I get that. I was just curious if there was a background thing for that as well, because I already have like a science thing. You need to get the 4 in order to technically get a new one. So
Yes, you do.
that's a no. Okay.
I mean, you can go and like
Uh,
purchase it separately if you want to.
no, that's disgusting. Fuck you. Don't ever say some rude things to me ever again, please.
Wow. Wow. Why do you hurt me like this?
Because you deserve to be hurt.
I gotta get going. So
Okay, that's
see you
fair.
guys.
Say goodbye to Buds first, though.
Oh, I thought we did already.
Oh, well, no, we didn't.
Oh,
Good.
well then. Bye, bye.
Ops.
Alright,
Don't
that's good
spam the
enough.
channel with crypto, okay?
Yes. Okay.